So something you guys might not know is before YouTube or anything like that took off, I worked a couple of jobs here and there. And one of the main jobs that I found myself working at as a teenager / young adult was Subway. Now, I've made plentiful amounts of stories about Subway and time working there and my experiences with it, but I've had this one on my mind. I've had this story on my mind for the past week, and I have to tell it because I need to understand how you guys feel about this one. This is going to be about the story of the weirdest guy I ever worked with. No exaggeration, no bullshit. This guy just had like straight up no filter whatsoever. When you work at a Subway, usually it is 2 people on your shift. One person is going to be the closer, and the other person is going to be the pre-closer. I was the designated closer most of the time for most shifts. So the other guy, the new guy that came in, was the pre-closer. At least he was training to be the pre-closer because the other one just quit before that, right? So, it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm chilling, I come in, and this new pre-closer is there that I haven't seen before. And, I try to make friends with people I'm working with because I don't want things to be awkward and just saying nothing the entire time. It makes the whole experience just a lot more unbearable for everyone involved. So I make conversation and I make friends with the guy, just going like, yeah, I've been working here for a while. It's kind of chill. There's nothing really wrong with it. So we become friends pretty quickly and we're chilling. And that was the end of that night. There was nothing wrong with that closing shift or that pre-closing shift, and we both ended up okay. One of the days we were both on the schedule was the following day, where he was doing the lunch to afternoon shift, and I was also doing the morning shift. Yeah, going right from a closing shift to an opening morning shift. That is, some of you guys know the pain. I roll in the next morning after that shift. I get everything set up. Lunch shift rolls around, 11:30, the new guy comes in, and we kick ass for this shift. 1:30, 2 o'clock rolls around, the lunch rush slows down. We have time to ourselves. There's people in the lobby still eating, bear in mind. But we start making conversation, and out of nowhere, this guy randomly starts talking to me about LiveLeak. I'm certain most of you guys are familiar with LiveLeak if you've been on the internet for long enough, but for those that are unknown to it, it was a website that hosted a lot of gore videos at one point. I don't think the site exists anymore, and they did tone that down over a certain period of time, but there was a point where that was a thing. And I'm kind of like half-assed engaged in this conversation because I was just so thrown off by the fact that this dude randomly brought up LiveLeak while he was working on his shift at Subway with customers around in the lobby. But nonetheless, the conversation continues going. To him, I'm like, that site's kind of graphic, don't you think? And he's like, yeah, man, they started toning down all of the videos. There's not a lot of those type of beheading videos or shit anymore. Like, I don't know, man. I want to see some blood. Bear in mind, he says this out loud, like nonchalantly, just openly expressing this into the store. And I am sitting there and there's customers looking at us. He's totally oblivious to everything. And I'm just sitting there like, all right. I quickly find a way to go into the back with him and kindly tell him to shut the fuck up, because that's not an appropriate thing to be discussing in a store while you're working with people trying to eat their fucking food, Like, this kid was, like, genuinely excited to talk about LiveLeak videos to me, and I just find that fucking weird. Like, some of y'all do not need unrestricted internet access, bro. Around a week later, I saw his name was off of the schedule, and I did not hear of him ever again past that point, and I honestly am not shocked nor surprised in the slightest. What's the moral of the story and the lesson learned today? People with no social filter are scary. The people that do not filter themselves whatsoever or do not put a barrier on what they're saying, regardless in situations, those people are terrifying. Because you should have seen the horror on my face when this guy started talking about this shit with customers around, bro. Like, bro, come on. There are certainly other interesting characters I ran into while working at Subway, but that was definitely one of the weirdest experiences I had working at Subway with somebody on a shift. Because, like, dude, why are you talking about LiveLeak videos while you're working at Subway? For real? It's just a story that stuck in my head for a long time. It is something I simply wanted to share with you today. I'm gonna go work out my shoulders. Good day.